Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Vanzant, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Rooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon. You're watching BKS1 Radio.
BKS1. God bless y'all. Wyclef Jean,
Hello, 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 and welcome to the Out Show right here on BKS1 Radio. It's your girl, Latoya Chanel, and I am back in the BKS1 Radio building once again. I am blessed to be here on a Tuesday, and I am here a little bit early, and I'm going to tell you why. I know I put it on social media, and I know, that was shared everywhere, but we have a double feature tonight, and you know why? Because everybody has something to say. You know why? Because we have this whole Black excellence thing going. I mean, if you don't know about it, I can't explain it. But in the meantime, we have this whole Black excellence thing going, and we have a number of guests who are doing great and amazing things and are in the studio and are on the show. So we are going to start off the first part of our double feature with an amazing guest who is in studio right now. He right over here to my right, and we won't get to him in a second. But in the meantime, I just want you all to know that we are definitely continuing on with the healing journey. As a matter of fact, we're continuing on with the healing journey right after this. So stay tuned. Watch this part of the show. Love this part of the show, because we're going to be talking about some healing and some stuff. I don't think he know that yet, but we are going to be getting into all kinds of stuff on the show tonight. We're going to be talking about what he's doing, what he has going on, and then we're going to get into just some healing stuff, kind of stuff that we talk about here on the show, because we can't escape that, because it's me. Y'all already know what it is. But in the meantime, please help me welcome to the studio tonight to the Owl Show. I'm just going to go ahead and add you right here. Everybody, we got Ray in the building.
Listen, happy to be here.
Are you happy to be here? You doing the show with me tonight? You're not
Absolutely.
in the guest seat this evening?
Not in the
you
guest
right
seat.
here behind the table?
I feel like a co-host.
You are a co-host.
Okay.
You are. You are a co-host tonight, and what we're doing is we're going to talk about what you have going on.
Okay.
So we're bringing you behind the table tonight, and we're going to talk about what's going on. So I want you to, for those who did not see Norm's show a couple of weeks ago, Ray was a guest on Norm's show, and he brought his, I don't even want to say project, because I feel like project minimizes everything that it is. Why? Because this documentary that he is producing and directing and all the things is legendary in itself, right? Mm-hmm. Legendary within itself. But please go ahead and introduce the documentary that you produced, right?
Yes.
Directed?
Yes.
Produced and directed?
Yes.
So you like producer, director, showrunner, like
Editor.
the whole, all
Editor.
of it.
But I'm gonna be honest, it is a team behind it, and what we are behind is the documentary called "You Gotta Respect the Legends of Hip Hop Legacy."
Yes.
Jersey's impact. Shout out to all the Jersey legends.
Yes.
And fortunately, we took home for Best Documentary at the Newark International Film Festival.
Yep.
September 22.
Yep.
And it's been a long time coming.
And you were a feature at Queen City Film Festival, actually, 2 years in a row for 22 and for 23. I'm going to clap that up again. I'm going to clap that up again.
Much respect to Lamar from Queen City. Hey, Lamar, if you're watching, I hope you can make it this Saturday at the Black Box. We are having the premiere launch event. So
we're going to get into that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give them too much right now. Don't give them too much right now. We're going to get to that. We are getting there very, very soon. So listen, producer, director, you said editor?
Editor, yeah. I love to edit.
What?
I love to edit. I love to be in the lab and just edit. It's actually my favorite part, to be honest with you.
Editing? Oh
Editing's
my God. Okay,
part.
we're gonna come back to that as well too. Yep. All right, so let's get into it. You said the title of your documentary is
You Gotta Respect the Legends of Hip Hop Legacy.
Okay. And tell us what that's about.
So basically, it's how hip hop influenced Jersey, and in return, it'll show you how Jersey has influenced hip hop.
Right.
So, quick example: we all know, let's just say, a Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan wasn't from the beginning era of NBA, but he made an impact on the NBA. Why is that? Because he was influenced by the NBA, and in return, Michael Jordan made an impact on the league, on the NBA.
Absolutely.
You know, so
I'm wearing the sneakers.
Yep.
Like I'm wearing the sneakers. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So it's all about hip hop. So tell us, who do you have in the documentary? What is your focus? What are you talking about in the documentary? Not only about the influence, but what's the angle? What is some of the discussion about?
Well, one, it shows the trials and tribulations on their journey and the level of work that they put in just to be in a position and at their entry level, not even so much of their success. And you know, it's also about like how it shows you. It basically also shows you illustrating on how can I put this? It's not cliche, but actually have conversations that are not usually mentioned on documentaries. Like when you have multi-platinum artists saying things like, hey, listen, you know, you need to also find a day job. Think about that.
Okay, now.
And imagine he said, because you need to produce some form of income when you're not rapping.
When you're not rapping.
Yeah. And for those, you know, and for the record, you know, this documentary series is not just focusing on the rappers. I want to make that clear. We're focused on contribution of hip hop, and contribution of hip hop. Rap is just one element.
Rap is just one element. Exactly. Rap
Yeah.
is just one element. So tell us a little bit about the artists. How many artists do you have in the documentary? Because listen, right? I'm from Jersey. I believe you're from Jersey, right?
Jersey.
So obviously, right? So we know the people who are from here.
Right.
And to be such a small state, when you think about the music game and the entertainment business, I don't think people around the country realize how many people are actually from New Jersey. They think of New York, and people think of L.A.
And they skip over us and go to Philly.
Right.
Shout out to Philly, though.
Shout out to Philly.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't think people realize how many people in the entertainment industry and in hip hop in particular are from New Jersey.
You're right.
You know? So how many do you have in the documentary?
Well, as far as the count, I can't keep count because it's still endless amount of footage that hasn't been released. However, I'm gonna give you the names.
Okay.
You can't have a Jersey anything without having a Naughty by Nature.
Okay. All right. Shout out to them.
A Lords of the Underground. Shout out to Dude Funk. I just saw Jazz Saturday.
All right. Shout out to them.
Redman.
Shout out to Red.
Rod Digger.
Shout out to Rod. Congratulations on your wedding this weekend.
Yeah, congratulations, Rod. She just got married yesterday.
Sunday.
Sunday, right? Yeah. Of course, you can't have Rod Digger without having the Outsiders.
Right.
Because she was an outsider before she was with Flip Mode.
Yes, shout out to them.
Right. And she also gives you her story as well. I won't say who else she was affiliated with, but it will surprise you. And her story is very dope.
I'm always interested, from a female perspective, right? So, being in the music business, being in entertainment, period, as a female, I know everyone has stories. I'm on the ABCD. I'm on the Z list of entertainment, at this point in my life. But I have stories about a lot of stuff that has happened behind the scenes. So, I know that, I'm always interested in endurance, resilience when it comes to female artists in this industry. So yeah,
right. And it's funny that you, first of all, shout out to the ladies, right? And I say that also because ladies always say, "Hey Ray, I'm feeling this whole concept of the documentary. It brings back memories and the essence of especially the '90s, which is most considered the best era. I love the '80s.
Oh yeah, no. It is the best.
But the ladies want to make sure that they are being recognized. I said, say no more. I beat you to the punch. ladies are being recognized, you know, in this documentary. So, you know, I want to shout out to the ladies, Latifah, definitely for putting it down. She used to actually hang with my cousin, my cousin Tasha. Shout out to cousin Tasha.
Shout out Tasha.
Yeah,
Hey,
shout out
Tasha.
to cousin Tasha. Yeah. Yep.
All right, so you stopped at Raw.
Let me see. You got Drift, known as King Kojo.
Shout out to him.
Even got some of the new breed as well.
Okay.
Far as Samad Savage, Jay Wonder. Samad Savage just got signed to Def Jam. And Jay Wonder, I always say Jay Wonder is 2 verses from taking over the game.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's shout out to Tanzania and all that. So
Nice. Listen, so you have an amazing lineup. The documentary is 3 parts.
Oh, I forgot one more person. How
Go
could I
ahead.
forget Joe Button?
And we sitting here behind the mic doing a
Right.
podcast. Like
Yeah,
that's not
yeah.
like that's not what he do. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
Right
yeah.
now. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Joe Button on that.
You like the Hova podcast right now.
Yes, he is. Absolutely. So shout out to Joe Button.
Right.
But listen, so you have amazing lineup. It's a 3-part documentary?
So
2-part
far.
documentary. 3-part.
So far.
Yeah.
So far 3. So far. Well, so far with Jersey. I'm gonna say this on the show. Part 1 is available now on SCK.media TV. And it dropped on Thanksgiving.
Nice.
Part 2 is dropping Christmas. Dropping Christmas.
You there?
Part 3 to be continued.
Okay.
24.
Okay.
24.
Okay. All right. Okay. So 3-part documentary.
So far.
Okay. One thing I want to go back for a second. You mentioned not having traditional conversations about music, about hip hop in your documentary. You mentioned, the rappers talking about having a day job and I believe you do as well.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so for someone, how do you begin to say, you know what, I want to do a documentary? Where did this idea come from?
Well, this idea was influenced. First of all, we started the documentary process October 2005.
Wait, what year?
2005.
Like, what year is this?
And we, wrote out the script and everything, made a list of all the artists that we would like to interview. And we started the actual taping process spring 2006.
Okay.
And
so you have a lot of footage. You have decades of footage.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Well, you can say you can say that.
Yeah.
Most of the taping was most of the core vintage taping was done from 2006 until 2010, and they're not just Jersey artists who were being interviewed, right? And I tell everyone this was influenced because it was the DVD era.
Yeah.
And back then, I used to love DVDs. I'm a barber, so when
By trade.
and, and yeah, you know what? You know how they say certain things choose you, and you choose certain things in life. I chose this production content, but barbering chose me. My parents met in a barbershop. The barber matched them together. They had a barber. That's just what happened.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Okay. Yeah. So that's a part of your makeup.
Yeah. Shout out to all my barber comrades.
Okay.
I used to battle and all that. I used to be out. I used to really be heavy. How you see me now in this?
Yeah, in this arena.
You used to see me in the barber arena, very heavy at one point.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's what's up.
Artwork and everything.
That's what's up.
And so being that I'm hip hop, I put both elements together. So I was the guy, that barber in the barber shop that I'm ready for a debate. I'm ready for hip hop debate. I debate hip hop like it's sports.
Yeah.
I go bar for bar with you.
Yeah.
Word for word, everything. So you
Yeah.
know, and the DVD era is what influenced it, and also I'm a big fan of documentaries.
Okay.
I love documentaries, especially documentaries. I love documentaries and independent films with unfamiliar faces. So I love it.
So, but what made you say I can do this?
It started off as a DVD, honestly. Like I wanted to just make a documentary type DVD
Mhm.
back then, because I used to watch a lot of the street documentaries as well.
Mhm,
You know,
mhm.
like I saw the AZ Rich Porter Alpo documentary before Paid in Full was created, right?
Yeah.
And so that was the original concept. And I remember 2010. Now I'm sitting on a lot of footage,
Mhm.
and I'm at a cookout. KG from Naughty by Nature, and I said, "Hey K, man, listen, I got all this footage now.
Yeah.
I'm ready to rock and roll." He says, "Nah, Ray, you might want to just take your time because it's a documentary. You don't want it to be a DVD here today, going tomorrow." I said, "Say less."
Yeah.
And at the time, a lot was going on, so I put it in a time capsule.
Yeah.
Hoping people will forget about it, so they won't ask me, so I won't have so much pressure on myself.
Yeah.
And from 2010 up until 2020, it sat in a time capsule. And of course, around the time I was real heavy into the barber, and I was still making content. I would shoot videos in the hood for my guys in the hood, and I also would shoot content for my barbering content.
Yeah.
So that's what gave me a name on the social media side of barbering.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
And then 2020, the lockdown, I had an opportunity.
You had time.
I had time.
You
man.
had time.
I'm
You
in
had
the
time.
crates.
Yeah.
I'm in the crates.
Yeah.
And it's this one documentary, even though I watch a lot of documentaries, but it's one documentary that made me put my foot on the gas. And that was
that was it.
The Kanye one. I couldn't believe it. I'm be honest, the Kanye one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I watched it too.
Yeah.
I watched it too. I watched it too. And first of all, shout out to the DVD man, right? So the DVD man that used to come through the barbershop. Do the DVD man still come through the barbershop? No, is that obsolete now?
Yeah, I have a different type of setting now too, so it's different. Not saying they can't come through. If DVD, listen, I miss them days. I still have a DVD player.
Yeah, like me too. Me
Yeah.
too. But shout out to the DVD man that used to come through the barbershops, that used to come through the beauty salons, because
Right.
let me tell you something. You never knew who you were inspiring with what you were bringing into those shops. You know what I mean? And like you were
Right.
watching documentaries. Like you were getting the documentaries in, you were watching the documentaries, and it
man.
inspired you to become the director, the producer, editor, showrunner that you are today. So that's absolutely amazing, right?
Yes.
Listen, okay. Now, documentary wise, and like you said, you had a lot of footage, pandemic happened, you had a lot of time.
A lot of time.
Did you just put all of the footage in the first documentary? How did you know what to put in and what to leave out?
All right. So one is too much to put in. It's too much food to put on one plate when
Okay.
it comes to that, right?
Uh-huh.
And how I have it, not to spoil it, but it just so it can make sense.
Yeah.
Let's just say, for instance, you had Naughty by Nature, right?
Mhm.
And I know people look at Naughty by Nature as the impact as a whole,
Mhm.
and at the same time, it's an impact individually with Naughty.
Mhm.
So with Naughty by Nature, we highlighted Naughty by Nature on part one,
Mhm.
but we honored Tretch.
Shout out to Tretch.
Part two,
Mhm.
we did the same thing, highlighted Naughty by Nature,
Mhm.
but honored Vinny.
Shout out to Vinny, yeah.
And part three, we're going full circle, honoring KG.
KG, yeah.
And I say full circle because KG was actually the first interview. Once I interviewed KG, it was a wrap.
Yeah.
And that's how I got started, and I just ran with it.
Yeah.
When you're new to the game, it's not easy to get people, to want to be interviewed by you because I was a nobody.
Yeah.
But once you say, "Hey, listen, I got Naughty. All right, hey, what time?
Yeah.
And that was that, and I just ran with it. Next thing you know, I was doing interviews every week.
Where? At the barbershop?
Some were at the barbershop, some at the studios.
You know why? You know why I ask that? Because obviously I think about LeBron, right? I think about LeBron being in the barbershop. I think about all of the interviews that took place.
Shout out to LeBron.
Yeah, shout out to LeBron. And I start thinking about, just the men being in the barbershop talking, and that was interview, almost documentary like,
Right.
when he was doing the series.
Right.
So
The show, yeah.
doing the
shop,
show. Yeah.
The shop, yeah.
Yeah.
The shop,
So that's what I was like, were you interviewing in there or it was just random spaces?
It was a little bit of both.
Mhm.
But overall, random spaces depends on the availability and the location.
Mhm.
So, but you also will see us discussing the concept at the barbershop. So in the documentary, we'll
Discussing
see
the
us-
concept of the documentary.
Yes.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
like certain artists.
Yeah.
You see us debate.
Yeah.
So I still give that barbershop essence
Mhm.
on the documentary.
Yeah.
You also will see, little spoiler alert, you also will see where I take it back to me putting because I'm also a barber artist. I've done a lot of hair artwork.
What's that? What's hair artwork?
So hair artwork is I can cut images people had. When Prodigy passed away, I put Prodigy. When Kobe passed away, I cut Kobe in someone's head. When Fife passed away.
So you're not saying that you're not a real artist, but you're a real artist.
Yeah. I'm be honest, it's in my genes. Shout out to my sister Alicia.
Yeah.
And my two nephews, Trell and Tori, and my brother Kel and his daughter. They're all artists.
Really?
I
Did you
just-
go to art school? This is just a natural gift.
Both. I developed more art side in high school, and I went to Votech.
Okay.
Shout out to my North 13th Street
Okay.
comrades, and advertising design. It consists of people who were talented with art, and our responsibility was to set up the assembly backgrounds for events and stuff at the high school, things like that. But I think I took art to another level when I put it in hair and used the clippers as a pencil or paintbrush, whatever you want to call it, and the main as the canvas.
Here's okay. Because you going on here and you just wait no. But this is what I want to say, because I started the show off talking about that. What we're having a double feature on the show tonight because we're discussing Black excellence, right?
Right.
And then you literally just sat here and said, "Yeah, I'm doing a documentary. My day job is a barber." And then you failed to tell us that you're a full artist on top of all of that too. So you being in this production, in this documentary, in this filmmaking space, that is all artists.
Right.
You being in the barbering space is all artists. But you creating art in the barbering space, that is all. Didn't I just, you know what? I'm clapping that up. Because I said we were discussing Black excellence on the show, and that's what that is. So basically, you're a Renaissance man who is delving into a number of different arenas to showcase your art.
Yes, and you would see me put in the Naughty by Nature logo. It was a video we did back in 2012, and that's basically how my Instagram sparked up.
Yeah.
So shout out to Vinny.
Yeah.
Because once Vinny reposted that image, it was a wrap. Listen,
I am truly amazed. We actually have a show here at the station called Beards and Ballheads. I'm not telling you that the gentleman is.
I know. I can tell I'm a comrade for that. I'm a candidate for that. Salute to them.
We have a show here called BKS1 Radio called Beards and Ballheads that airs every Monday night. He will be actually on the show in a little while, but we not talking about beards or ball heads when he comes on. We're going to be talking about some other stuff, but listen, because I really want to get more into your art and what you're doing with that. But right now, as far as the documentary is concerned, listen, tell us a bit about what you got going on December 2nd.
So,
because everybody's going to want to know, they're going to say, okay, he said he has this amount of artists. He said it's about this. He said this has been a project of love since 2005, started filming in 2006.
Yes.
So when and how can people see this work?
All right. So for those who want to watch it today, because You Gotta Respect the Legends has dropped on Thanksgiving, right?
Mm-hmm.
It dropped on Thanksgiving. It's available now on sckmedia.tv.
That's SEK?
Social Content Kings.
Social
Media.tv.
SEK. Gotcha.
Shout out to Mac. Shout out to Malcolm Williams, our VTech guy who had this documentary last year and early this year in the metaverse. So
Okay.
it premiered. It pre-premiered at the metaverse first before we actually found the platform. Right. December 2nd is an exclusive screening / Q&A that's gonna show parts of part 1, part 2, and part 3, and also because of it's the event, I'm sprinkling some exclusivity onto it that is not on part 1 and not on part 2.
And how we get tickets for this?
Oh, so the tickets at you Gotta Respect Eventbrite. Shout out to Tiff Shafani for putting everything together, you know. And the link is in the bio. Everything I just mentioned is in the bio.
And that's December 2nd. So that's this Saturday.
This Saturday.
And where's it going to be?
At the Black Box in Newark, New Jersey. Shout out to John Murray, who used to own the Coffee Cave. Now he has the Black Box.
Okay.
Yep.
Listen, I'm there. I'm in the building. I already said, I'm coming out because I'm truly amazed by the art. I'm truly amazed by what it is that you have put together. And like you said, you've been doing this since 2005. I'm amazed by that time frame because, it becomes a labor of love, right? So now I'm going to switch gears, right, to like what we talk about here on this show, because we talk about healing and the journey and all of that, right? So I want to ask you, was there ever a time period where you said, you know what, this isn't for me?
Far as what, barbering, or far as
the documentary? Because and let me tell you why I ask. Because as artists, a lot of times life gets in the way, right?
That's true.
Life gets in the way. The world gets in the way. Our responsibilities get in the way. And a lot of times we'll say to ourselves, you know what? This can either be put on hold, or maybe I don't need to do this because I need to focus on that. Sometimes our self-talk isn't positive. It's negative. You know what I'm saying? Especially as artists, because literally being an artist, all of this is our imagination. All of it. This show is my imagination right now. You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes we get discouraged. I want to know if you ever had a time where you had gotten discouraged while making this documentary.
I can't remember, but you know what? Whatever I went through, it was between those 10 years that it was in the time capsule.
Okay.
Okay. A lot went on. A lot went on between 2010 and 2020.
I'm sure it did.
I mean, because creating this is a therapy for me as well. It's also therapeutic. It's also therapeutic. Like, let's just say, for instance, when the smoke clears, I'm locked in somewhere, editing. Just going over content,
which is a tedious task. Listen, everybody, I don't know if you know anything about editing. I will say this, like you said earlier, shout out to Lamar, because not only am I a part of Queen City Film Festival, but prior to that, I still am a part of Nonstop Show Group, which is the production company behind Queen City Film Festival, right?
I love Queen City.
And so,
by the way.
thank you. And so, being a part of production and making films, feature length films, shorts, commercials, whatever it is, having the pleasure to be a part of that.
Right.
When you're talking about editing, and you're talking about post-production, that is one of the most tedious tasks there is. So for you to say that is one of the main parts that you love about filmmaking and about creating content, that's really saying something.
Listen, it's just like I understand. It gave me more of an understanding how producers and engineers like to sit in the studio and fine tune their projects. Like, I understand Dr. Dre I never forget. He said something like, it was about 5 years ago, maybe more than that. And he said, "Listen, man, I'm gonna take a break from the studio because I realized I was only out the studio like 2 weeks of my career." And I'm like, 2 weeks? Like, bro, you've been doing this since the 80s.
Right.
You know?
Only 2 week
What you mean, 2 weeks?
vacation
Out of
20 years?
Yeah, out of more. Yeah, so, but I understand. And I remember I'm watching a session with Dre and Nas from a song that I'm praying they release soon, right? And Nas was just listening, and it was somehow he was actually, into it. Matter of fact, even better. When around the time when I recorded KG, around the time when I interviewed KG, I was also his barber at the time.
Okay.
And at the time, KG was so heavy into his work that he damn near lived at his headquarters and just do the family thing on the
But that
weekend.
happens a lot, doesn't it?
Right.
That happens a lot.
But
yeah.
he had so much work, so he had to bring like things to him.
Yeah.
Like food, the barber, the barber. And I watched him just sit there in the zone. Like, say after, he get his hair cut, I might hang around for a few, and I watch him just lock into the zone and create, and not just create far as music just for the artists like Naughty by Nature and the R&B artists like Jaheim and Next. I would watch him score films and all that, and it was a dope process.
Yeah.
So it's a dope process.
Listen. Acting on your art, executing your art, bringing your ideas and your not just your ideas but your creativity to fruition.
Right.
Everybody thinks that it's just so easy. You just think it, you create it, it is what it is, but it's really not. So I want to know, what advice would you give for someone? There's a number of people that want to tell, whether it's their story or a story, or you know what I mean, that have a story in their heart and they want to do this. What advice would you give them?
Well, first, to piggyback off what you just said, they need to want to do this first.
Yeah.
They need to want to do it.
Yeah.
Once they want to do it, commit to learning how to do it right.
How do you do that? Because you know what we'll do? Let me tell you something. You know what we'll do as black people?
Right.
We'll be like, you know what? I want to do this. So I'm going to just figure it out as I go, waste a bunch of time, waste a bunch of money. And it's like, if you actually took a step back and actually learned the process, you really could have a great product. So how did you go about doing that?
You have to, so of course, when you want to do it, that's called develop passion. And then that leads you to committing to want to do it right. And what that process consists of, listening and learning.
Absolutely.
Because I'm be honest, that's actually the real main human superpower is listening and learning. You get what I'm saying? Because listening and learning gives you the power to execute the things you need to execute. So
absolutely,
listening and learning is your superpower. It's one thing when you speak it, but the action of actually listening and learning, and that actually builds and prepares for the actions that you want to execute.
Listen, you said part 3, but you said that's not the end.
It's not the end.
Where are we going from here?
So I'm be honest. So a lot of the footage, it's footage, and it's not just Jersey.
Okay.
I definitely want to tap into outside of Jersey.
Okay.
And because I just happen to be from Jersey. Some of my favorite music of hip hop is from Jersey.
Right.
I'm also a fan of, outside of Jersey. Like New York, Philly, West Coast.
Yeah, of course.
The South.
Of course.
Like the Scarfaces, the Snoops.
Did you see that? Did you see the meme that was going around lately, where people from the South kept saying how all of these other Southern artists were bigger than Jay-Z to them. Did you see that one that was going around recently?
I saw, but you also saw one that who was that? Another Southern guy said, "Hey, listen, Jay-Z was that guy." You get what I'm saying? And Jay. Nah, shout out to Hov, man. Like, listen, he one of the best to ever do it. You know?
Yeah,
so,
yeah. I just thought that was funny because again, you know, I'm from here, so
right.
You know, when they're doing a list of people, and I'm like, what? How dare you say this person? But again, I guess it was what they was listening to down there as opposed to we was listening to Jay from up here. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but you know what though? It's like and you know what? I thought about that, so I said, you know what? Yeah, they had other big artists in the South that were big in the South, but Jay still had a name for himself because when Jay would tour to those towns like Atlanta or H-Town, you know, Houston, Texas, they would sell out.
Yeah, of course.
You know, it's Jay-Z. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
Of course. All right, so listen. So for the documentary, we are extending beyond New Jersey. We started with New Jersey.
Yes.
That is the core. That is the first 3 parts, and
Yes.
then we are going to extend beyond New Jersey, and then have a part what? Where are we going to do? Are we going to be on part 10, and you going to be back on the show?
Possibly because so the thing is, in between, you know, I don't just want to focus on certain regions. I would like to focus on certain people. So I would like to get in depth with, like right now, I don't want to say the name, but we're working on a spinoff for one of the artists on part 1. And I already have a lot of vintage footage that I haven't put on part 1.
Okay.
That would be great for their solo documentary, you know? You know, maybe a 1 or 2 part documentary for this particular artist.
Yeah.
And, you know, just to get more in depth. And I would also like to do a documentary on the modern day, how can I say it? You can say, some people might consider it underground, but it's like a different type of, it's a raw form of hip hop that's being generated the last, let's just say 8 years.
Okay.
It got more recognized within the last couple years.
And will that be a part of this series, or that will be something different, completely different?
Something different. I'll give you a hint. Like, when it comes to new music, right? Like, new music being made, I'm a big fan of gritty underground.
Okay.
Like, if you watch You Gotta Respect, you get a gritty underground vibe from the images and the illustration and the energy.
Yeah.
And, you know, as far as new music, I like music from, let's just say, Rock Marciano.
Okay.
He's a rapper, producer. Griselda. You're familiar with Griselda? Griselda. Shout out to Piff James. Piff James is a rapper / producer who raps with the Outsiders as well. Outsiders and Rod Digger. He's on tour with Rod Digger.
Okay.
Excuse me. On tour with Rod Digger. He also produces some tracks for Griselda. People like Rome Streets. And it's just raw. It's soulful at the same time. Yeah. And, you know, it's a good vibe. Alchemist.
Okay.
Hit Boy does it as well. Hit Boy gave some of that energy to the latest Nas projects these last 3 years. So I like that type of music.
Okay.
And I would love to, you know, get in depth with documenting
that as well. Listen, I love it. Tell the people one more time, because like I said, tonight is a double feature, so I got to get the guys in here as well, so we can get started talking about, you know, some more in-depth stuff. I'm glad Norm is here because as we were talking about, you know, you continuing on with the documentary, there's always more to come, right? And so my family has a line called Motico. Norm, hand me that hoodie right there, please. Did you show this trailer? I'm about to. So we have, my family has a line, and it's a line of hoodies that's called Motico. And Motico, what it represents is more to come. So we wanted to give this to you.
I love it. It's dope. I love it. I'm trying to get on. Okay, I'm trying to catch.
You trying to get us on live?
Yeah.
All right, that's okay.
So look at this hoodie. Look at this hoodie.
So
Look at the package in this hoodie.
Yes. So we wanted to make sure that you got the Motor Code line. Why? Because with your documentaries, there is so much more to come. You have so much more that you're doing. You have so much more that you're thinking about. And just from an artist perspective, I'm going to go back to what I said at the beginning of the show. We talked about Black excellence, and that's exactly what this is from you from an artist perspective. This is Black excellence right here. We are talking about art, being a Renaissance man, and just executing on all of those things. So kudos to you. I'm going to clap you up again. Shout out to you for the documentary. And I want you to tell the people one more time, because I'm going to show a clip. And when I show the clip, we're going to be transitioning behind the scenes here. Okay. But tell everybody about Saturday night, December 2nd.
Saturday, December 2nd, actually 2:30 p.m.
Oh, it's in the afternoon?
Afternoon, right.
Oh, it's in the afternoon.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, the nighttime for the after party.
Oh, got you. Okay.
So, December 2nd, at the Black Box in Newark, New Jersey, we will be having a screening talk. A screening / Q&A. So we'll be showing exclusive parts of 1, 2, and 3. Right? 2 and 3 haven't been released yet.
Right.
And we will actually sprinkle some exclusivity content that is not on the documentary.
Gotcha.
Just to make the event a little more special, if that makes sense.
Because it will.
Yeah,
because it will. Well, listen. Shout out to you. Kudos to you. I've actually seen part 1 already, so I'm already a fan. And so, I haven't watched part 2 yet. I know you sent it to me, but I have not watched part 2 yet. But I have seen part 1, and I will definitely be there on Saturday so that I can see the clips, and then whatever else you got sprinkled in that's going to make it special, I'm going to be there. But thank you so much for doing this today. And we're going to have you back for, all of your projects and everything that you got up and coming. You know what I mean? So
thank you for having me.
Yes. And so what I'm going to do right now is we have a clip. We have a clip that you sent over our way that I am going to be playing, and we're going to make sure everybody gets there on Saturday. Get your tickets where?
You Gotta Respect at Eventbrite.com. The link is in the bio. The link is in the bio.
And your link is in the bio for which page?
You Gotta Respect.
That's your handle on Instagram?
With the UGOTTARESPECT.
There you go. You Gotta Respect, everybody. We're going to clap that up one more time. Make sure you do that. We're going to show this trailer right now. Are you going to stick around with us? You going to hang out with us for a little bit? All right, listen. So we coming back. I'm going to show the trailer right now, and then we're going to come back, and we got the fellas that are in the building with me tonight. We got Fat Lace from Beards and Ballheads who's coming back, and we're going to get into some deep stuff right now. We got Terry Nunn that's going to be in the building as well. We about to get into some deep stuff. So I'm going to show the trailer, and we're going to be coming right back, everybody. See you in a couple seconds.
To me, the biggest error for us was when Naughty dropped.
Trigger Tretch, aka the Ghetto Bastard, aka Old Boy the Old Bastard, aka Alibaba the Butcher, aka Andy Armageddon, aka Fresh Out on Bail, aka Ain't Going Back, aka Nip Naughty. This is what we do.
They made it obvious and clear that we can be successful from where we come from.
Right.
I never thought it was possible. I've seen Video Music Box and I've seen all the artists that I admired, but to see somebody from your neighborhood is like, whoa, my God.
Invitation to me, when I got older, and it was something that me and my comrades sat down and watched, Friday is going to be like that to, the next generation, and Minister Society is going to be that to the next generation. So hip-hop has crossed over in so many genres. I mean, to put it in a nutshell, hip-hop is now a $1 billion corporation.
The Lord's Underground was real powerful
at the time.
You know what I'm saying? Like when Chief Rocker came out, that was another anthem that came from Jersey.
one that I did because it was the 90s and that was when hip hop was fucking fresh and raw and it was appreciated and we were superheroes then. You know what I mean? When I came out, I was a superhero. Now it's just like everybody's rapping because it's business and shit.
Yeah.
So I would never trade the time I came out. When I came out, you got to know what your record felt like to be on the air and shit, and you was like, yeah, because you work now. It's like your record on the air, yeah, that's business. Yeah, I need some more.
Tiki Doc, y'all. What? Nah, hey, listen, Doc.
The bricks.
Doc, listen, Doc is a all-time favorite problem. You get what I'm saying? His flow. Listen, Doc, I don't know too many, I really know anybody that actually outshine Doc on the track. Like, you really punishing yourself by putting Doc on your track.
It's rare.
But definitely, definitely Redman. Yeah, he's still a problem to this day.
I couldn't say that. Couldn't say just one. Gotta say Naughty by Nature, KG, Tretch, Vinny. Gotta say Lords of the Underground. Gotta say The Outlaws. Gotta say Flavor Unit. Gotta say Chill Rob G.
Not us, but this Arizona Joe Moore is a podcaster, right? He the top podcaster. But Joe is still one of the top rappers to come from Jersey. You think he can body it still?
Come on, what kind of question is that? I think that you still smoke a lot of people on a verse.
Yeah. To me, the big.
All right, listen. We are back, everybody. And you guys just saw a snippet from the documentary. So listen, make sure you are out there on December 2nd. Listen, contact Ray. Go on Instagram. Get the Instagram handle was you with a U. Gotta respect. Make sure you were in the building on December 2nd so that you can see snippets from part 1, snippets from part 2, and snippets from part 2 and 3 because they aren't even out yet. So you guys are going to get a treat when y'all come out on Saturday at 2:30. But we're transitioning because what did I tell y'all? I told y'all today was a double feature, right? So we are talking about a little bit of everything. We started off with Ray with You Gotta Respect, the legends. That's hip hop in New Jersey. But now we getting into our conversation that we had last week. Why? Because it was so. Oh, you getting ready? You getting ready?
Yo, he looking too good over there.
Yeah, like you getting ready?
I need to get the coconut oil inside.
Listen, you stupid. So listen, we about to get back into it. Y'all, you know what? I'm not even going to do no lengthy introductions. Y'all already know who they are. Y'all just help me welcome back to the studio. I got Fat Lace. This is my brother in arms right here. I got Fat Lace. This is Jason. We grew up together, everybody. This is my guy right here.
Hubbard.
We went. Shut up.
She real, y'all.
And,
Just know that.
And Jason has a show here on the station. That's on Monday nights. That is Beards and Ballheads. We're gonna get Ray on that show as well. And then to my right here, we got Terry Nunn that is in the building with us. Terry has his own show as well. And listen, look, we got Chop It Up with Terry right here. So we chopping it up. We got Beards and Ballheads. We got me. I'm trying to heal everybody. I don't know why, but whatever. In the meantime, we're going to keep going with the show because we're going to go back into our topic. So if you did not see the show last week, I mean, it just pretty much sucks to be you. I don't even know what else to tell you at this point because we started talking about, as I always talk about, healing from, a female perspective, right? Because that's what I am. So we start talking about the healing journey and what it takes to be on a healing journey, why you need to be on a healing journey. We started talking about red flags on the healing journey. But out of all the doctors I've had on the show, all of the psychologists that I've had on the show, everybody that I've had on the show from DEI training and everything else, I had never had any fellas on the show. And that was not intentional. And the topics that we were discussing weren't only in the advice that the doctors were giving. Obviously, it wasn't only for women, right? It wasn't only for females. And so I just want the guys to know, because there are guys that watch the show too. I wanted some of the guys to know that, we're going to talk about things from a male perspective too. Why? Listen, listen. I'm gonna just be honest. Black and brown folk, we need to stop this, especially men and women. We have all of this infighting. Every single podcast you see is men talking about women and what's their fault. Women talking about men and what's their fault. Everybody blaming the other person. We not getting together. Our marriage rates are low. Our relationship rates are low. People having children, not being together, not staying together. Children not having daddies. Children not having mommies nowadays. So we have so much of that going on. So a part of this healing journey is just trying to get us all to get together as people, like some kumbaya, right? It's like some kumbaya, so we can start to at least have the conversations. At least if we can start having the conversations, we can start getting on the right track, right?
Correct.
Okay, so we left off last week talking about toxic energy in relationships, knowing when it's you, knowing when it's you're the person that needs to be healed versus the person that you're in a relationship with, right? Oh, I have to give a disclaimer because people are like, why your eyebrows so greasy, Toy? They're not. Listen, y'all, I had them microbladed like late last night.
That's only women. That's only a women thing.
Flex.
Listen, they was microbladed late last night. If
It
y'all don't
wasn't
know,
wax?
that's like tattoos.
Microbladed?
No, they microbladed. So this is tattoos.
That's what I'm saying. Flex.
Listen. So that's why it's on here, because it's like a tattoo when you got to put the grease on the tattoo.
Eyebrows is
afterwards.
different.
Yeah, so people are like, girl, why your eyebrows so greasy? I'm like, no, listen, I'm not
She got
sweating.
that permanent
I'm not
thing.
sweating. Right. I'm like, I'm not sweating. That's not what it is. So just so everybody know. So listen, so y'all can stop talking to me behind the scenes. But in the meantime, getting back into the topic and getting back into how do you know when you're in a relationship if it's you that needs to work on you or if it's the other person, right? That was kind of what we were talking about last week. That was kind of where we left off as of last week. So I just want to take it just a little step further because what you all don't know, the behind the scenes after this show last week just got crazy. And they got deep. We did not leave this studio when this show was over. We sat in the waiting room and talked another, how long?
Another show long.
Yes, we did.
Literally another show long. And the conversation just kept going, right? So I'm gonna start off with question number 1, right?
What's going on?
I'm start off with, and I hope y'all don't jump on me, after the show. But I'm gonna start off with, we started talking about after the show coming from 2-parent households. Okay?
Yeah.
We were talking about coming from 2-parent households, and I think all 3 of us right? We grew up coming from 2-parent households, and what it was like dating, getting married, getting into a relationship as you got older, based off of what you thought relationships were supposed to be, based off of what you saw.
Absolutely.
Right? So my question to you all, because I thought it was just me. I thought it was, because I'm a woman, my expectations in relationships was what my father provided.
No doubt.
So my question to you all is, your expectation in relationships what your mother provided?
For me?
Yeah. Start, Terry. Go ahead, Terry.
I'm speaking from just, again, for me growing up in a 2-parent household, both of my parents started. Like I said, Pops, they both went out to work, and they both brought the bag home and put the food on the table. So I can't give one more credit than the other. You know what I mean? So,
but what when you started getting into relationships, was your expectation what your mom was like? Like when you looked at women, was it like?
Yeah, I know where you're going with
you know
it.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. It was like, what my sisters was like, They grew up with me as well. What my sisters was, they was all respectful. Like I said, my mom's in them from the South, so they believed in what they believed in, and we was raised in a certain way to respect each other, and certain things you just don't do at this time, and blah blah this and that.
Yeah.
So like I said, a 2-parent household is a blessing. If you can get that nowadays, it's a blessing. Like I said, from my pops end and from my mom's end. Just all sitting at the table.
Yeah.
When my mom cooked.
That's rare nowadays.
Praying over the food.
That's rare nowadays.
My father getting the first plate before us. So
Ooh,
I could
can we talk about that?
I could keep
Can we
talking.
talk about that?
My household was, I'm only speaking for my household. I grew
Yeah.
up in like I said, my parents is from the South, from the Carolinas. So
Yeah.
it's a big difference from the way I was raised and the way I'm raising my son. I'm still that same parent that what my parents taught me and I was raised by.
Yeah.
So he getting a glimpse of that, but it's still not the full potential
not-
it was
yeah.
like how I was. Pops coming in with the uniform on and we got to clear out, like what you see on TV shows, go take a shower or bath before you go eat and all. It was just like that.
Like that.
So, the list goes on. I could talk a whole bunch about this.
All right, hold right there because I'm going to come back to that. Jason, I want you to answer because I got a bunch of questions for y'all. Go ahead.
Mine was total opposite. Total opposite. I had a mother who was more in mine as a relationship. I'm not you got a husband, not your boyfriend. Why you so worried about my girlfriend so much in life where I would get hated on by my mother, certain friends, and it's not that the girls were bad women or the women was bad women. It's just whatever insecurity they got within themselves, whatever spirit they got in them to get in my business. That's what I used to have to deal with.
But
So
did
to
you
your
date
point,
people that modeled the behavior from
absolutely
your mother?
not.
No, you did the opposite.
Absolutely not. Not even. I'm doing the opposite. My mother she worked, and I said in the other episode she worked from about 3 to 11 shift, from Tuesday to Saturday. But she's raising children with my father. They're married.
Yeah.
But as far as the time spent together,
Yeah.
we had a good amount of time that we didn't have to spend together. But she still provided for the household just like my dad.
Yeah.
So I never was like, I want a woman like my mother. Or, we didn't have that much time during the day for me to be like, I want it like my mom. So it's different. Even though we in the same household, it's a little different from the time. People thought my dad was a single dad because he would be at the football games. He would be at the baseball games by himself with my sister. So now it's like, well, this poor guy. Like, but look, no, he's off work at these times.
So he was able to do it.
He was able to do it. Maybe the time, all these years to help them stay together because they didn't have to spend every day exact times in each other's face. So, I never, my aunt and uncle, they were role models as far as. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Uncle Ron and Jackie. I used to like, seeing the flyness and the happiness that I would see with them because that was my other household growing up too. So that's my other, I could say set of parents, but they the dopest of aunt and uncle.
Yeah.
They the dopest of aunt and uncle, and like a mother and father. But it's just another example of how love should look and a relationship should look. So I would look at both sides of where how I was raised and grew up, and I ain't put none in response. I ain't put none in pressures or felt like I needed a woman like my Aunt Jackie or like my mother.
You didn't?
Nah.
Neither one?
Nah.
Really?
Never.
Never? Why?
Because, I look at them as just people who raised me and I love, and they still have an authority over me. So I never looked at no person I'm about to deal with or someone of authority.
In the same headspace.
In the same headspace.
I get that.
My mother wasn't the most chef-like.
Chef?
She wasn't. She was a great orderer.
You know what?
And the fact that she could do that, so the fact that she could do that, and Aunt Jackie is a great cook. My mother could bake, but they like to go out and eat, and I love going out there. I learned what nice restaurants was with them. Ground Round Sizzler, some of the best I've ever been to at an early age. So, with that being said, I have been influenced to want to go out on good dates from Aunt Jackie to Uncle Ron. When I have a girl who can cook, I told you when that Sazon hit different.
Right.
When that adobo hit different at Paprika. When you got a woman that could cook,
yes,
it takes your soul a little different.
Look, I'm coming back to you because I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you tonight. Listen, I'm going back to
Mama couldn't prepare me for that. She couldn't cook.
Okay. I'm going back to Terry on this one right now. I'm going back to Terry. Okay. You mentioned raising your son now.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the difference from how it was with you growing up versus what you had, the situation that you had versus how you're raising your son now.
Yeah.
Did you want that? Did you want that for yourself, how you were raised?
Of course I wanted that. Like I said, I grew up in a beautiful household with my parents. Not to say they was always goody two-shoe. Yeah,
Right. No,
everybody had
nothing's
their little-
perfect. Nothing's perfect.
You know,
no.
but like I said, I grew up in a great household. I grew up with love. That's what I appreciate the most out of it. And so that's what teaches me, you know, it teaches my son how to love, like the bond me and him got, you know.
So, because when you think of family, you think of how you grew
Yeah,
up.
family is everything to me, man.
That's
So,
how you grew up.
you know,
Okay.
I teach him that and be in his life, you know. So I can only
Yeah.
speak from my experience and, you know, how I'm raising my son and
Yeah.
stuff like that, you know, like
So, okay.
just hands-on with everything.
Right. So, okay. I grew up, parents married literally to the day my father died, right? And I grew up with traditions. My father was protector. My father was provider. My mother, there were a number of years she didn't work. And then when she did, she was in education. She was an educator for 40 years until she retired. My father took care of things. He came home. Bills was paid. You know, we lived in the suburbs. We lived in a house. You know, we was middle class, this, that, or the other. Blah, 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 blah. So something I said to y'all after the show. By the time I got older and it was time for me to get married, I naturally just thought that I was going to have the same thing. Because why wouldn't I, right?
Yeah.
In my little head, I thought to myself, okay, well, clearly you're going to have the same thing, Toya, because this is what you grew up with. This is clearly what all men are like, right? This is what all men do. It's like, and it was like, I thought that.
But let me ask you something though.
Right.
The guys you was meeting or God per se,
ooh.
Did they remind you of your pops, of
Okay.
the way, the things he did, the working ethic and all that?
Yes.
Your dad went
okay.
to Albert?
I mean, that's important though.
Yeah, no, seriously. Okay, so everybody knows I'm divorced, right?
Okay.
So when I was married, yes, my ex-husband, yes, absolutely. It was, we were just, that didn't work because we were obviously just very, very young. But he was more like my father as far as the protecting and as far as the providing part. By the time I got divorced and had to start dating again somewhere around 30, life got real different.
Real different. Yeah.
Like people started freestyling and dating. Like people was making up their own rules. Social media came out.
Oh man, I can honestly say I hated dating. I don't like it.
Right. Okay.
I hate it.
Okay. Like things started changing, and I was like, wait a minute. So I'm not going to have things like how I grew up.
You gotta adapt to it, man.
But
you gotta adapt to it though. You have to.
But that's hard.
But it's hard, but you have to. Like, you know, just like, again, the kids today not growing up how we grew up.
Right.
They got the phone in the palm of their hand. The world is in their hand.
Yeah.
They got everything. They don't have to go outside to see nothing.
Yeah.
We was hands on everything in our era growing up.
Right.
So I had to pause on that too. I had to pause like, wait a minute, man. Okay, he growing up different from me. So I had to, as a parent, you got to step back and look at certain things like, he don't know. He wasn't raised. He won't get it.
Yeah.
You know, we say things to our kids like, you know, like, and when I was your age, I was doing this and that. It's not like that
It's
no
not
more.
like
So you
that
gotta
anymore.
brace yourself a little bit. Like, wow, you know, it is different. So,
But what about the family, Terry? What about the family? So let's talk about the black family. Let's talk about the black family. You talked about how your family was growing up, coming from a two-parent household. You talked about how your family was coming from a two-parent household. I talked about my family. We all have children, right? We are all people of a certain age. I ain't going to tell y'all ages, but we all of a certain age. We all have children, right? So what about the family dynamic? So when you're looking at, because I can talk from a female perspective all day, when you are looking out at society and the rest of the world and your brothers and sisters and people who are dating and people who are marrying, what is it that you're seeing from a male perspective? I'm gonna start with you, Jason. What is it that you're seeing versus what is it that you would like to see?
I'm seeing in what, dating?
Yeah, just relationships. When you look at black families, black marriage, black relationships.
Oh man, I'm seeing everything. I'm seeing everything is not being publicized or televised
Okay.
of what the truth is, and some
What's the
stuff
truth?
some stuff is, and
What's
we
the
just
truth?
didn't get it. that everything is not going to be a perfect household of marriage. And when I say it's not being televised, it actually was when we watched one of our shows like Family Matters. And that was really a show that they meant it, Family Matters, because you can live with your grandmother in the household. You can live in the same household. You got your aunt who's raising their son. They don't ever say, well, yo, the husband left her or the baby father left her and they raising this child on their own. I want everybody who watching think about Family Matters. So that show meant a lot. Like, and that's what I've experienced. This is what I see. Like, you need your family. When times get hard, everything is not going to be perfect. You might be a husband who lives with his sister-in-law and his grandmother. We never looked at Family Matters like that. We just looked at Urkel. But it's real. That really meant Family Matters. And that's how I grew up. I've had a lot of family that has been great for me and great to me. And I've seen it from my family down south, up north. And I'm like, yo, they handled it like this. My cousin might have handled her husband like this. He handles his wife like that. And I'm like, yo, we all need each other.
We all need each other. Could you, I'm about to ask you a quick question. I'm coming to you, Terry.
It's all good.
Could you live in the house with your wife and her family?
If I had a wife and a family?
Yeah.
Yes.
You could.
If we cool.
Yeah.
If it's cool, like,
yeah.
As long as you got enough space.
Yeah.
It's cool. Like, I could do that because I just see how much, people need each other. And we all could be in this household and pay these bills. I learned from some African household out in North.
Yeah, it's real.
Lady I was out there teaching with. And she says, we all live in a household. She's like, my son drives a BMW. This one drives a BMW. And it's like, could we keep the money in the house?
Keep the money in the house.
If you can, if y'all can get along.
Yeah.
Beautiful thing, then get along. Let's go. Like, let's live with each other. Look, I lived in dorms. When you live in dorms with people, and it like you have to share.
Yeah.
You had 3 in a room.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do. It's not the worst thing in the world. And we actually enjoyed each other's company.
Yeah.
Yo, you got a girl coming over. I'm breaking out. I'm going this way. And you could bust more. As long as you have enough for your privacy and you respect people, and it can work.
All right. I'm going to come back to you with what I'm going to be asking you what you would like to see. So I'm going to come to you, Terry. With as far as black people, relationships, couples, family. We talked about on the show last week how when you talk to a number of our woke brother and sister, everybody starts talking about blackonomics, right? Blackonomics is what's going to get us out. Blackonomics is what's going to help us. What we fail to realize is blackonomics mean nothing if you can't get a black man and a black woman together to be a family, to create these businesses and to create this forward movement together, right? So it's like clearly what happens between black men and black women is what's going to move us forward as a people. So I want to know your thoughts on what you're currently seeing in the state of relationships and the state of the black family. What you're seeing.
Well, like I said, I be around positive, good people.
Okay.
That's married and in relationships, and I see they came from a good upbringing. So I see the regular, because I'm from that age group, so I see a regular good relationship bond growing amongst the people my age. But like I said, I can't vouch for the younger generation of how they handle it. Like I said, social media messed up everything for this generation to me. Like I said, this generation imitate things what they see on their phone and try to do it. And like I said, the only reason why I can't relate to that is because I wasn't raised like that. So like I said, the people I be around, and like back to your question, the people I be around, only be around a handful of people. When you get a certain age, all the people you grew up with, some of them fade away, and you know who you could be around and who you could tolerate.
Yeah.
So I tolerate love automatically. If you ain't got that good energy, I don't want to be around you.
So you're seeing positivity.
Always, all the time.
Yeah.
That's what I want to be around.
Yeah.
Laughter and love. Life is too short for anything else not to be.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's what back to my son, I'm trying to teach him in that way. So, like we get together, me and my family get together more often now. Like my older sisters and my brother, like the holidays. I love when that come up because he see that, how we was raised, and
Your
how we
son
laugh
sees
and
it.
joke and
Yeah.
talk about stuff from the past. And that's what I want to continue to raise my son like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? So he could get a little piece of it. Like my pops was good with his family.
Mm-hmm.
And I came up with my aunts and my uncles, and we used to eat, sit down and stuff like that. Some of these kids is missing that.
They are.
So that's why
They are.
some of these kids is out here not level-headed, and they don't get to see that and experience that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a big problem today in this world
Mhm.
about love, period. You know what I mean? So if we don't talk to the youth and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
it'll never get right, man.
Listen, no,
Yeah.
no, I'm not doing that with y'all. I can't hang with y'all this week.
Come on,
Listen,
sister.
I can't hang with y'all this week. I'm a lightweight.
This is
Listen,
black love.
listen. Shut up. No, what you said is real.
Mm-hmm.
What you said is real.
Absolutely, too.
We are in a generation where we are just out of the internet and social media, so we see how it can be an asset too. But the next generation, this is what they rely on. This is what they know. You know what I mean?
Yep. And not to cut you off.
Mm-hmm. No, you good.
I was just looking at son like, look at Tion, his son's statement right now. The
Ooh.
little thing. I'm looking at this like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a problem.
How that ain't nothing but social media got him feeling how he feel and
Mhm.
who he is and who his parents was. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you see what I'm saying?
It's a
It's like,
problem.
wow, I hated to see that. You know,
Mhm.
like just to even hear stuff like that. So
Mhm.
that's what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
It's out there,
Mhm.
but we don't be seeing it. It's out there.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
you're
understand
right.
what I'm saying?
You're
So
right. You're right.
when you say how we grew up in a black household with love, I'm pretty sure he grew up with love, but he's privileged. To me, he's a privileged kid.
Right, of course
You
he
know
is.
what I mean? So it's a big difference to me. Like I said, I'm glad I didn't grow up like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad we grew up with just love, and we wasn't rich or poor. We was all right. You know what I mean?
With,
Moms and
with
pops
good
always came through.
foundation,
Yeah,
morals,
man,
values,
that's it.
those things that
We
people
grew
don't
up with
care
lessons,
about.
and you know, and
That's it. That's it. That's
respect
it.
and everything. You know,
That's
That's
super
it.
special right there.
Jason, what would you like to see?
What would I like to see?
In your people, when you thinking about your brothers, you thinking about your sisters, you thinking about black love, you thinking about black families, you thinking about relationships. What would you like to see?
More celebrations.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah. That's
You know,
dope.
I love that about
Ooh.
you know, the Latino, my Puerto Ricans, my Dominicans out there who
Yeah.
I'm super cool with. They always celebrating
Everything.
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 And it's like,
So I
yo,
should have more cookouts, you're saying?
more cookouts,
Because I done
more
had
pool
so
parties.
many.
Life is
Yo,
short, man.
More pool
Life is
parties?
short. More
Because we was swimming this stuff.
Yo, more of it.
Because listen,
and,
Jay,
and we're coming with peace and having
Yeah.
a great time and full
Yeah,
bellies.
man.
I'm gonna tell you, yo, yeah, the block, the crib, this some of my favorite times. 4th of July, all of that, because we're celebrating.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it was some of the best times this
Yeah,
summer.
man.
It was a rainy summer. So it was them little times we could fit that in.
We did.
It felt
We
good.
did. We did.
It felt
I had
good
a block party,
celebrating.
y'all. I had a block
Yeah.
party.
Oh, that's dope.
I decided to have a block party this year. I got everybody for the 3 blocks surrounding me, and we all came together. We had Norm. Shout out to Storm Norm. We had Norm that was DJing, and we was out there
Yeah,
doing our
okay.
thing. Everybody cooked. Everybody pulled their grills down the driveway in the middle of the
Oh, that's
street, and
cool,
we
man.
and we was
It
just
was
out
cool
there. So that was
time. So
there
yeah,
next
just
year,
more
you do it again to your
celebrations.
man.
okay. All right. All right.
More celebrations. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
because we got a lot to be grateful for and thankful
Yeah.
for.
Like, yeah,
And,
right.
and let's do it. Look, yo, you get a pack of chicken from ShopRite.
I'm not
Look,
doing
There
this
you
with
go.
you.
clean
I'm
that
not
thing
doing this with
right.
you.
Make sure y'all clean your chicken right. But I'm just saying, like,
I'm not doing this.
we
with
need
you.
some more of that.
Yeah, man. Like I said, like I said last time, we got more years behind of us than ahead of us,
You
man.
did say that. Yeah.
Listen, so you gotta celebrate and have fun, man.
Okay, so listen, we're talking about family. I want to go back to
Mhm.
something that we said we were going to talk about on the first show.
No doubt.
What does a healthy relationship look and feel like? Because you said put feel in there too.
Yes.
You said that, Jason.
It's beautiful.
So, what does a healthy relationship between, black love we're talking about here, and I'm not discriminating on anybody that has interracial relationships. Hell, I might marry a white man at this point. But in the meantime, my point is what does a healthy relationship look and feel like? Go ahead, Terry.
For my favorite first movie, feel like King is a Mundo to me.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Big
when you
dog.
got your queen and you rocking out, you don't care
Mhm.
about nothing but love and all that. I
Mhm.
mean, I'm there right now, so I can speak on it. I'm at a relationship in one that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's real love. It's real. Everything is authentic.
Yeah.
There's no lies. There's no beating around the bush, and it's nothing never too early for me in a relationship. I mean, I can admit, growing up, you listen to people like, oh, it's too early for you to do that. Y'all only been knowing each other for such as, man, cut all that.
Yeah.
I'm at a certain age, like Jay said, you want to celebrate stuff and give people their flowers while they're here and celebrate them and know how much you love them and they love you back and just live life, man.
We at a point where you know. Like, what are we waiting for at this point? What are we really waiting for?
Exactly.
Waiting for what? What you mean?
To just move forward. To just move forward. To just be with people.
I feel like too.
Have a healthy relationship.
I feel like too. If you feel it, go for it, man. Don't speak on it. You got to talk to people.
Yeah.
Let them know what is real.
Jason, no, but wait. Wait. Before I get to Jason, what does it feel like for a black man to be in a healthy relationship? What does that feel like? Because I don't know. I'm a woman.
It feels amazing to me. It's amazing. It feels beautiful. I got a lot of words to describe that. It just feels good.
Yeah.
When you wake up thinking about your partner and love talking to her, his or her on the phone all day long and texting and it's all love, and you love when they come around, you constantly kissing on them, hugging on them. Even in the kitchen when they cooking for you, that's all happening, and that's where I'm at. I love that,
Feeling the butt when he cooking.
Yeah,
that's
man.
how, like
Yeah,
that's how
I'm like Jay said,
feeling
like,
their butt. Like,
But see-
man, we gonna feel your butt all day,
Exactly.
every
And
day.
you know what, though?
Like this is what we gonna do.
And like Jay said earlier, she can cook.
Oh,
and she really loves to cook for me and stuff like that. So all that's a blessing, though.
Talk about.
I'm just being honest.
Tell you,
like
you
what
ain't
Jay
looking
said.
like you missing meals. You looking real healthy over there.
I appreciate you, Jay, but I'm just saying though. Listen, man, and then she came from that household where her moms and pops used to cook, so that's a blessing. And
Love
again,
good food.
that goes to go back to the younger generation with our kids. Like, is they growing up in that household? Could they cook for your son? Could my son cook for your daughter? Like all that got to be talked about. That's fun stuff to me, man. Cooking and doing a recipe together, learning each other. That's beautiful, man.
Be real.
Yeah, that's
prep
beautiful,
be real.
man. Yeah.
Go to the oregano.
And I love the grill
garlic.
too.
Oh, that's another. Hold on, that's
I
another
got lazy.
talk.
I
Talk
got lazy.
about
I
it.
got lazy this summer, but I did it a few.
That grilling,
days
I'm
out the summer,
gonna
but,
come for some tutoring because
It's
I
all
need to
good.
get my grill game right.
You know what I mean?
So basically, tips for the ladies tonight is men still like a woman who cooks.
Yes.
Oh, love.
Say
Okay.
it.
Wait,
Talk
y'all.
about it.
Ray's still in the building, y'all. Ray's still in the building.
Still
Ray said men still love a woman who cooks. So
How
ladies,
could you not?
Ladies, if you
How
can't
could
cook,
you not though, bro?
take some lessons. I don't know. Go to grandma's house if you still can.
like-
you know what I'm saying? Like, do
But
what
like
you
Jay
got to
said,
do.
he grew up going out. That's what his moms taught him and stuff like that. That's
Mhm.
cool too. But sometimes you want that in-house cook good. meal.
That's what kept getting me when they could cook.
Yeah.
This
Hey, Jay Craig.
this
Jay, that's
what
what
I'm
got
saying. They was the opposite of my mother. They could cook. My mom couldn't keep me in the house. I'm spending the night with this one. I got my spending night bag at this
You
house.
did
and that
spend the
house.
night
all over the place.
at old girl
Oh,
house.
man.
I'm not,
Jay,
I'm not
could you
telling
burn,
your
Jay?
business.
Jay, could
I'm
you
not
burn?
telling your business.
You can burn, Jay?
It's the truth though.
But it's the truth.
Jay,
Yo,
you cook, Jay?
Now I can. Now I can get
Okay,
busy.
okay.
But hold up. If people understood my truth at a young age, they wouldn't
Listen.
understand.
Let me tell you
Like,
something. You know how
I'm
you
in-
like. Cause
So,
I'm about
we
to
can
tell
say
it.
it. You
I'm
can
about to
say
tell
it.
it.
You
You
can say
know
it.
how you like 11, 12 years old for females, right? You like 11, 12 years old. You go to a sleepover. Girls have sleepovers for their birthdays, this, that, or the other. This one was the boyfriend of one of the girls who was having the sleepover. Why is he sleeping over too?
And it wasn't just for sleepovers. I was there.
I
Like,
mean,
this
he
is,
there.
I'm on vacations.
He
I'm
in the
sleep
house.
all the time.
Like, I'm like,
It was different. My lifestyle was different.
it was
growing
very,
up.
it was very,
It was
very
different.
different.
Only a few
Very
people
different.
know.
That's love.
She
early,
knows.
that's it.
She knows. Only a few people know. I'm like 11 years old, really
11.
staying night over my girlfriend's
Over
house.
his girlfriend house at 11. At 11. I'm like,
You ain't sneak through the window or nothing, Jay?
No, the
was-
mother's
what?
picking me up from that.
yes.
So when
I'm talking about for her parents, man.
no, her mother's picking me up.
Oh, wow.
I didn't realize our
What was her
parents.
nationality?
Black. Our parents knew each other.
She was and she was a school teacher.
All our parents,
That's different.
aunt, uncle, they all knew the kids.
Yeah,
they all knew the kids, and for whatever reason, it happened. And this is how I grew up. This is a part of my life that happened.
Wow.
I never heard anybody having a situation
No,
like that.
never.
It didn't happen again.
Never.
I don't want y'all thinking like I got the way it could happen. It didn't happen at 14, 15, but at 11,
At
12 years old, 11
we
years
at
old.
sleepovers, and Jason
And
was
my
there.
girlfriend at 11, I am
He
at the
there.
house every weekend.
He there.
So T, let me ask you a question. What age did you start cooking?
Early. As a matter of fact, I got battle marks. So if y'all really, no, I'm serious, it's a heart attack. I started cooking very, 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 very early. And the guys from the station, they all know. They all been at the house, and you know, I brought them plates
scratch.
and meals. Yeah, I make everything from scratch, right? So I got battle marks because I think at about 8, I was making breakfast and I was flipping pancakes, but the batter wasn't completely ready to be flipped yet. And when I flipped it, the batter splattered and hit my face. So on one of these eyes, there's still a mark where the batter hit me and burned my face. So I started really, really, really early. But I started at like 8.
All right, let me ask you something. When you was in a relationship, how often did you cook for your man, husband,
Every
or
day.
fiance, whatever?
Every day.
You ain't
Every single day.
He ain't never say, "All right, babe, let me cook tonight. I'm gonna make you something tonight." You ain't never done like
I
that?
had never really been with a man who could cook. Oh man, dang. I had never been with a man, and I like to grill too. You know, but I had never been with a man that could cook. My ex-husband did not cook. I cooked every single day, literally every single day. And I made everything. So if he was home on the weekend, we had breakfast, we had lunch, we had dinner. I made
He ain't never make you no cheeseburger, nothing.
Nah, he would buy it. You know what I mean?
yeah, I got
he
you,
would buy it, but I would make cakes, I would make desserts, I would make drinks, I would make everything. But I don't think I've ever been in a relationship with any man that cooked. I don't think I've always made everything
From scratch.
Jason,
Yeah,
I do.
This is 11th grade. I'm 11 years old. I'm in. So Jay,
Yeah. So I do, but either way, off of that, right? Off of that. But so okay, so we're talking about what healthy relationships look like and what healthy relationships feel like from a male perspective, right? I'm gonna take it a step back. What does healing look like? Because you started talking about this last week. What does healing look like? What does healing feel like from not just a male perspective, but from a black man's perspective? And let me tell you why I asked that question, right? Because a lot of our brothers, sisters ain't healed. A lot of them are still dealing with trauma. A lot of them bring all these traumas into relationships. They bring all these traumas with they put it on their children. You know what I'm saying? We're watching it on TV. We watching reality shows. All we doing really is watching trauma on TV. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of people,
I get what
right?
you're saying. Yeah.
So from a black man's perspective, what does healing look like and what does healing feel like? Because you started talking a bit about that last week.
Well, first, the healing feels great. Again, the relationship is cool. Everything is a blessing. The relationship to me is what healings feel like. And healing, another thing when you know is healed when, again, your significant other not reaching for your cell phone, not going through your personal business.
So having a healthy relationship.
That's all healing, the same thing.
all good.
You know what I mean? So it starts from the cell phone. It starts from you going out, where you going, calling your phone, FaceTiming you to see if you're there at that location.
Wow.
This list goes on. You understand what I'm saying? From a man,
Talk about it.
From a man point of view, I could talk about a lot. You know, about untrustworthy relationships and the ones that's healed. This one I'm in is totally healed because, like I said, maybe because we both came from that background.
But you did hear some healing on yourself too,
yes,
individually.
You had to though.
Before you got into the relationship.
You had to.
You know,
a lot of people. I'm just speaking on my point of view. A lot of, well, I couldn't just rush into nothing if I'm not finished from the last situation, healing from it.
Talk about
like I said, you can't walk into nothing new with the old news and old information from your last past, and to start something new.
I'm a drink to that.
It's just not gonna work. I'm just being honest. That's for any male or female. It's not gonna work if you enter a new relationship with your old past still in your head about what you've been through, and you bringing it to this beautiful soul that you know is a good of a woman, it's not gonna work. So like I said, heal yourself before you even get to anybody who you into. You know what I mean? It's, like I said, people, it feels great to just be around somebody and ain't got to worry about she ain't going through this. She ain't. It feels great. Trust me, man. You know what I mean? That's what I feel right now when I'm in a relationship. It's just everything is beautiful.
And I want to come back to healing. When you're healing within yourself, how sometimes your expectations change out of relationships too.
You got to give yourself time.
We're gonna come back to that, Jason. What, from a black man's perspective, what does healing look like, and what does healing feel like?
Terry really hit it for real when he talking about the phone part.
Yeah.
When you ain't tripping about, because I'm gonna tell you, if you're gonna be in a relationship with me, you're gonna see one of my things that I do all the time, every day. I'm always listening to interviews. All the time.
Hey, you know what, Jay? I'll cut you off. I'm the same way now, bro.
That's what's up. Because your passion.
Because I'm into that. I'm into that, bro. I love that, man.
It's your passion. Right. It's your passion. So
you're right. You're right.
I'm watching. Either I'm listening to a speech of Muhammad Ali or Dr. King or Malcolm X, or I'm watching old talk shows from whether it be Arsenio, whether it be Who Line It Is anyway. I am watching some type of show.
Exactly.
All the time, because it sparks my brain. So I'm always on my phone. I'm like this. I just got some beats, so I feel kind of cool right now. Just let y'all know. I felt like wearing them in here because I'm like, when you get new headphones,
I'm not with you.
I'm not that cool, so I felt real cool when I got them on.
See, I got to get into the headphone thing. I ain't into your headphones.
So if you can accept what can be kind of whack to a woman, because you don't have the same passion as me about what I have a passion for. What could be corny. And I'm like, I ain't a corny dude, but everyone has something corny about them that the other person might not get. Like, why do they love this so much? And I do it all the time. If you could be around me and this is what I'm doing, oh man, that's heaven right there. That's what healing is. That's what healthy is.
That's
for
what
me. Healthy is. That's how healthy is for me, because you have to accept me with stuff that I got a quirk that you might not like. And you might be next to me playing Candy Crush all night.
That's a healthy
and I'm like, yo, they gotta be texting. Damn, they just reached another level. They really on Candy Crush.
And
people have their little things that gives them peace.
Yeah, Jay, right. And not to cut you off, Jay, but this goes back to that. Another thing is, you still could give each other space at the same time.
Word.
If she want to do this now, like he said, like I love my interviews and all that. Well, I'm just sitting here vibing, listen to Drink Champs or Kevin Hart show, interviewing. Oh, I love all that stuff. I'm on YouTube. I'm like Jay said, if that's my little relaxed me time, let me be.
I might want to watch Chop It Up with Terry Nunn.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Same thing. Ball heads and biz, my man Jay. Same thing, vice versa.
Right.
My thing is you have to give each other your time and space at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We
you have to do that though. Yeah.
We at that age.
You know?
We are definitely.
It's
at
a
that
hard
age.
thing to do though.
Is it still hard?
Yeah.
But that's what healthy looks like. That's what healthy feels like.
Yeah.
When you have the time and space that they give you to do what you love doing, and still be there when you get back, or y'all could be right next to each other. No understanding.
Okay, so that's in a relationship. What about individually? What does healing feel like for a black man? Individually, minus the relationship, just you. What does healing or healthy feel like just for you, minus the relationship?
Feel like your hairline coming back. Like,
you know what? I'm done with you for today.
It feel like your beard getting bigger.
I feel like, I could go out to shop right with just some flip-flop sweats and then shirt. Don't give a rat's ass what nobody think. I don't have to curse. And, you know what I mean? Don't care what nobody think. That's healthy. That's real healthy to me. Not caring what nobody think. Just
not caring what anybody
I
think.
don't care what nobody think.
It
doesn't matter to me. I just go out and do what I want to do and how I feel and get up and go when I want to go. And that's just me. And that's a lot of problems in the world today. People care about what other people think.
Yeah.
And they fear. A lot of people fear of that. Believe it or not, they fear of that.
Of course.
Fear of that.
Jason, what does healthy look like? Feel like?
Oh, I thought I said it. Like
just individually.
No, individually. Like when I said like it feel like your hairline coming back. It feels like you feel strong again. And when I say that, like, you feel strong again. Like when I had my waves and everything, that was a real confident time. That was I had like 04-ish for like a year and a half. Like you know, it got a little fuzzy at that point. But what I'm saying is, it feels good. It feels good when you're not worrying.
You don't
about nothing. So I'm like, first, like you're saying it to a like I get it because it's the truth. When it's the truth and it's across the board. When you're not worrying about what you feel about yourself, you're not judging yourself anymore. You're not killing yourself anymore, criticizing yourself anymore, because you feel confident within yourself. Like, I'm here. I feel good.
And all that comes with age too. I'm gonna say that a lot of things come with age. Back a few years back, you'd be like, no, I ain't doing that. But when you get to a certain age, I just think as a man, when you get a certain age, it's like, whatever, I'm good. I don't
more so than age, more so because age, yes, as well. But when because it's all about the bounce back. Because there's been times when I was younger, when I ain't care about someone, I'm like, y'all, me. What you gonna tell me? I was 11 years old staying out of the crib. Like, but
you got that.
When you get your humble pill, though, because I had my humble pill, and I'm like, the same way they saw that at 11. You saw other parts of my life where it's like, but yo, this come with it too. This comes with me too. Yeah. So as fly as I could have been with this is a part of my journey too. And this part of my journey does not look as good. This looks whack. So I still gotta, like you said, I still gotta get past this part within myself. Yeah. If I could get past that part within myself, then I'm good. When it feels like when you can start talking about it, that's step one. I could like, yo, this happened, and people start cracking up like, yo, man, I can't believe it. I'm like, I'm telling the truth. And that's why it might sound more funny, because like this is really how it feels or how it sounds.
So I'm gonna, because sharing is caring, right?
Yep.
And because I have basically all men in the studio, and because sharing is caring, right? So I'm gonna share from a black woman's perspective what freedom feels like to me. I mean, what healthy feels like to me, and it's freedom.
Okay.
Freedom,
right? Freedom to be myself, whatever version of me that is, right? And I'm a creative. I'm, as I was saying to Ray earlier in the interview, being in the arts and being being a creative, a lot of times we are really working off of our imaginations, right? And you both now being creatives, both of y'all have your own shows, y'all are creatives too, right? So everything is based off of whatever is in your head is what's going to come out on y'all shows, right?
Yeah.
And so the freedom to be able to do that, the autonomy to bring to fruition what's in my head is freedom.
Gotcha.
That is freedom to me. I need to be able to move the way I want to move. I need to be able, because at the end of the day, I'm not a disrespectful person. I've never been a disrespectful person. That has never been who I've ever been, whether I was in a relationship, single, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So the ability to move how I want to move, because as an artist and as a creative, as an artist and as a creative, I always have ideas. There's always something I need to plan or make or create or do or want to do. And what I don't need is someone saying, well, maybe you should just focus on this one thing. Or maybe you should do just this. Or maybe you should do whatever it is I want you to do. Or maybe you should. You understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand you. We got cheat codes. But I'm gonna say a point where you were going through something in a relationship, but this is one of the most magnificent nights that I saw that you've been a part of. If y'all, they say do you say where you work?
Yeah, I work at NJ Pack.
Oh, all right. So boom, she works at NJ Pack.
Yeah.
The night of the jazz and the poetry and the hip hop that you put together.
Yes.
That you put together.
Yeah. Shout out to Do. Shout out to Do It All. Shout out to Mos Def.
Bring
shout
it down.
out to
No, keep going.
No, shout out to Monifa that hosted with me because she was amazing.
Wow. Okay.
Roz Baraka. Keep going.
Shout out to Roz. Shout out to Black Thought. Shout out to everybody. I'm done.
No. Speech from Arrested Development.
Speech,
no,
yes.
let's not stop.
Shout out to Speech. Yes.
Yo, hold up. Nikki Giovanni?
Yeah, she was there.
No, let's not stop. The reason why I say this.
Yes.
Because this night was so dope. got tickets. I got gifted. I got droved out. Like
yes, you did.
It ain't flew out, but I got droved out
your
to,
date.
this event. Right?
Nice.
I come up to you on stage, and I'm like, yo, what up? And he was like, boom.
Mhm.
It wasn't the best space,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
It wasn't the best space for you.
Mhm.
You still handled yours so professional. Nobody else knew.
Mhm.
Unless they knew, unless
Mhm.
they was in the circle. You didn't tell me that something was wrong.
Mhm.
I just got it from right there because one, he wasn't there,
Mhm.
and whatever you just said, what you said. But you wasn't so in your bag, and you executed so dope that you made so many people happy, gave us great experiences and stuff that we gonna remember for the rest of my life. I never thought Nikki Giovanni was gonna be better than Black Thought ever.
She was though. So basically,
Ever.
what Jason is trying
and
to
this
say,
is what you did. Yours
basically, what Jason
personally.
is trying to say was this is a whole event that I had put together at my job.
That's dope.
And the guy I was seeing at the time didn't show up.
Wow.
And so because Jason knew him, Jason was like, "Oh, where's your peoples?" And I was like, "Nah, you know." And he was like, "Oh."
And she didn't bash him.
No, I wouldn't.
She kept it cool.
I ain't do that. And so he was like, "But where is he?" I was like, "He ain't here. You know, he had to do something. I don't know, something."
She said something, and I'm like, all right, cool, shut up. To me. Mind your business.
But this is my thing. Healthy for me is the freedom to be able to do stuff like that without any kind of blowback.
And it was dope.
You understand
and
what I'm saying?
You got rounds of
Sounds
applause
dope.
at the end of the night.
Sounds real
Thank
dope.
you. Listen, unfortunately, look, it's 8:10. Unfortunately, we got to end the show because we got Tiff that's coming on in a little while, and I don't want. We were about to be on her show, and I don't want to go right into her show with just us talking. So we got to stop for a little bit. Are y'all coming back again?
It's up to you, Tiff.
Whenever
Y'all
you
coming
say.
back
Well,
again?
Do I say no?
Are y'all
I'm
look?
here.
Y'all here?
I'm here.
All right, listen. So we got to figure out whether we're going to do December, January. We're going to talk behind the scenes.
Gotcha.
But I need y'all to come back because I need the male perspective from y'all on the healing journey, on relationships, on families, on red flags, on everything. That's what I want to talk about with y'all next time.
Gotcha.
Red flags.
Word.
I want to talk about red flags with y'all.
Word.
I want to talk about red flags with y'all the next time, no matter when it is that you guys are coming back. But I thank you both for being here.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Because y'all came back from last week. We started talking. The conversation was so great. We just continued it on. And we will continue on. I don't know if it's December, if it's January, whatever it is that we're going to do. But
definitely going to do it.
thank you guys for being here with me tonight. Again, the purpose of having the fellas on the show is because first of all, we need to hear what it is that they have to say first and foremost. But, we need to start bringing people together. If we're going to talk about a show about healing, we need to talk about holistic healing between us as black people. It's not just all about black women and what it is that we do. It's about our brothers too, everybody. So I just want to make sure we're hearing from them. We're understanding things from their perspective too, because what they say matters, what they go through matters, their feelings, their emotions, their experiences matter. It's not just about us and whatever it is we need. It's about them and what their needs are too. We're going to talk about that next time too. And so thank you both for being here. You guys are awesome. We are about to get into our next show in a little while. Thank you to Ray, who is still in the studio with us, but he was on a little earlier. We're going to get you up here talking about this stuff too. But thank you to Ray. Make sure December 2nd, you guys are going out to Black Box. Is it? The Black Box, December 2nd. That's the Black Box in Newark, so that you can see. You gotta respect the legends. That is a documentary right now. It's a 3-part documentary on the origins of hip hop from New Jersey.
Nice.
I don't know how y'all don't want to watch that. I don't even understand it. Make sure y'all go and get tickets that you gotta respect. And make sure you get out there on Saturday. To Fat Lace right here on my left. His show is every Monday night right here on BKS1 Radio. That is Beards and Ballheads. To Terry Nunn right here. I don't know why I got to say your whole name every time I say it.
Because when you that guy, you say the first and last. Terry Nunn.
Yeah, so this is Terry Nunn, everybody, right here on my right from Chop It Up. Make sure y'all are watching him too. Watch all of us collectively and watch us all here together. And they said they're coming back.
We're coming back.
I'm going to have them back on the show. So in the meantime, Jeff, You can take us away. I love you guys for watching. I love you guys for listening. God willing, I will be here next week, same time, same space, different show. Love you.
She
Happy
fed us
holidays,
tonight
everybody.
too, y'all. Like,
bye, everybody.
let y'all know, like, we go on y'all show.
Bye. I'm shutting the mics off.